Raiders at the Chargers on Monday Night Football. Brad has a bet in on this one. As we sit right now, the Chargers are 3-point home favorites over the Raiders. This number has come down a pretty good bit. 52.5 to 53.5 is your total right now. Brad, you are on the Raiders. Let's hear the explanation behind this one.
Yeah, well, I'm obviously Mr. Charger. Yeah, I've been banging the Chargers drum for the last couple of weeks now. But I think the number's gone too far. Obviously, they were 7-point underdogs last week. Now they're 3.5-point favourites. For starters, they're probably not going to have any home field advantage at all, right? You would assume this LA crowd is going to be, I think, probably more Raiders than Chargers. So let's call that a neutral field essentially. And there's nothing really in the stats so far this season to suggest that the Chargers are 3.5 points better. The Raiders are better by offensive DVOA, by PFF's offense grade. The Chargers are a better defense, you would say. And I am somewhat worried about this Raiders offensive line. We thought it was a weakness at the start of the year because, three starters walked and they've had more injuries throughout the year. They've got away with it so far, but I don't think they've played a really elite defensive line like we might see here with Bosa going after him. But you could say similar for the other side of the ball. The Chargers' right tackle, Storm Norton, is a liability as well. So he's going to have Max Crosby in his face. So yeah, I just think we have very, very similar teams. I do think the Chargers are a point or two better, but I can't get to 3.5 points better.
Stephen, I live in Las Vegas, so I actually have a very unique strategy in this one where I'm going to be waiting till right before kickoff and hope that the home team gets all of the money and I'm able to get on the Chargers at like 2 or something like that. So I have a completely different strategy in this one than most people are afforded. What do you think here as the Raiders head on the road to take on the Chargers?
Didn't have a strong opinion on this game, but I do agree with what Brad said. I think the Chargers are maybe getting some home field advantage in this price that they probably shouldn't. And, the question I have is, if this keeps coming down, like what's your stop point, Brad? Like we're at 3.5 here early in the week. I think a lot of people might be seeing this number closer to kickoff when they hear this and might have a 3 -10. Is there a stop point for you on this bet?
I personally probably wouldn't bet +3. Yeah, just the margins are so thin.
Yeah.
That would be where I'd go. Plus 3.5 -115 is probably where I would go to, which is currently available, but obviously it depends when you're listening.
One of the things we're going to need to monitor as well for me is look, this Chargers defense has been banged up and hasn't played that well anyway, right? I mean, it's weird to say they haven't played all that well and they just come off of a win against the Chiefs. But again, the Chiefs turned the ball over 4 times in that game. I mean, and a couple of those were just gifts to this Chargers defense. And so you kind of look at the advanced metrics, 22nd overall DVOA. They're 31st against the run. Now, not that the Raiders are going to some power running team or anything like that, but are capable at least of moving the ball on the ground. I think the offense is more than capable of moving against this defense through the air as well. So something to keep an eye on as well. Is Chris Harris going to continue to be out? Is Bosa going to be limited again? I mean, those things are certainly something that could sway your bets as well. So we'll keep monitoring this injury news up until Monday night. Of course, we'll have a standalone video over on the YouTube channel as well for you to kind of continue to break this game down. Brad, you already said your favorite bet of the week is Seattle +3. Steven, what is your favorite bet of the week that you have in the account?
I like the Giants +8. I like that a lot. And if you're listening to this, scrubbing through, go back to the beginning. I'll give you all the reasons why. But I like Giants +8. And I like some teasers. I'm 6-0 on teasers this year. I'm hoping this isn't the week that the teasers go off the rails finally. It might happen at some point. But I also really like Kansas City -1, Baltimore +7.5 as a teaser.
Yep, that is for sure for me. I think Kansas City down to 1, Bucks down to 1. If you wanted to go that direction, if you wanted to go taking the Ravens up to 7.5, I really like the Ravens this week. I think this is just a very that game is completely different if Hollywood Brown doesn't drop 2 touchdown passes. And I think the perception of this game is completely different if Hollywood Brown doesn't drop 2 touchdown passes and arguably a third that he dropped as well. I think that this would not be sitting where it is right now. And again, such a huge step up in competition for this Broncos team. I just think that the wrong team is favored in this game. Boys, we're coming off a good week here in week 3. Hopefully we keep the ball rolling here in week 4. Feeling pretty good about the bets I have in the account and feeling pretty good about the ones I might still make yet to come. If you want to follow Brad on Twitter at Brad Allen NFL, you want to follow Steven at Steven Andrus1, you want to follow me at Matt Brown M2. For Brad, for Steven, I'm Matt. Talk to you guys next week.